AI is not coming next year. It is already there in your laptop, ready to make your life 10x more easier. And some people, they are still using Word, Excel, PowerPoint the same way as we used to do 5 years ago. My name is Mahendra, and I welcome you to the AI Learning series. And this is the Copiloting Week. In this week, I'll drop one video every day on and showcase how Copilot can transform the way you work. Imagine creating a document in few prompts, or summarizing a 30 minutes meeting in few seconds, or converting a rough idea to a slide deck, and most interestingly, creating your own AI agents so that you can focus on what matters. This is exactly what we are going to learn in the Copiloting Week. So, what are you waiting for? Hit the bell icon and join me in day one. Let me start off with talking about what exactly is Microsoft Copilot. So, as you know, it's an AI powered assistant, and many of you would know that Microsoft had invested in OpenAI, yes, the same company which built ChatGPT, and hence Microsoft has access to all the OpenAI models. So in a nutshell, what exactly Copilot is that it has integrated ChatGPT, or let's say those OpenAI models, in all the Microsoft applications, and some of these applications are which we use for our day-to-day working. So, be it Word, be it Excel, be it our Outlook, Teams, PowerPoint, so on and so forth. So imagine having AI powered assistant with all these apps. It can enhance productivity significantly. You can give a command and the PowerPoint presentation is ready. You can give it a command and it gets translated to different languages. And we would start off using these features as part of the Copiloting week. Now, how it works, and this is very important to understand, because as you can see, and this is the same image I've taken from Microsoft's web page. So first thing is the user gives the prompt, okay, and this, through our devices, we typically give the prompt on any of our apps or devices. It can be Outlook, it can be Word, so on and so forth, okay. So now Microsoft Copilot goes to what we call as Microsoft Graph, which is basically all the user accessible data. So if the data exists on your OneDrive, SharePoint, and if you have access to it, it can draw the context of it. And then securely it goes to Azure OpenAI service, where these LLMs, which are powered by OpenAI, are stored, and they get the response which is in context of the data. So you are basically talking about using the data or using ChatGPT on your data in a secured manner. Something very similar to enterprise grade security. As you can see, this is the Microsoft 365 service boundary, and then you get responses on your specific applications on your devices. So for example, if you ask PowerPoint to create, or if you ask on Word to create a document with specific context of the information that you provided for the company, it would access that particular information if it was stored on OneDrive securely without moving out of your 365 service boundary. Go to Azure OpenAI service and provide you the response. Now, everyone has access to Copilot, or if you don't have access to Copilot, these are some of the various versions that are available. So there is a free version, obviously, which gives you standard access, but integration with your Office tool is not available. And then there is Pro, and for Office users or enterprise users, which is Microsoft 365. So here you get integrations with all your Word, Excel, PowerPoint through on your home or office, or on your home or school account, wherein in case of 365 Copilot, you get access to your Teams and the graph data, which is your emails, charts, or anything which is shared on your Microsoft OneDrive. And in both cases, you can build your Copilot agents, and we would learn more about them. Okay, so let me start off with the first feature, which is the Copilot chat. Now, you can go to uh, Microsoft Chat or Copilot Chat, and this is what the screen would appear. Now, you would have two options. One is work, the second is web. Now, let me explain you the difference between the two. So, if you click on work, and if I ask, let's say, summarize the document, and if I just go asterisk, I can select any of the documents which is within my own OneDrive, where basically I have access to, or I can ask to summarize an email, or I can ask summarize the past emails from the last 48 hours, something like that. So this is a this is a document which I had generated using deep research from ChatGPT itself, which was summarizing the corporate tax regulations for UA. So generic file. So if I ask it, summarize this document and just push it in here, summary of the document. So see, it summarized. So this is the advantage of work. Now, it has several use cases. Like you can scan your emails, you can create agents, and we will create agents using our work file. Or basically, it can read through your entire mailbox as well. So you can ask from a specific person what are the emails received, or let's say if you want to dig out past client relationships, it can work extremely well around the same. So this is the first side of it. Now, if you go to web, it works similar to ChatGPT. So I can ask generic questions. Let's say list the top 10 largest automotive manufacturers by revenue in 2024 and show their revenue. It's just like how I ask ChatGPT, it will also do the same. It will search and provide the breakdown of this details. So see, it was able to do the detailed one. It provides the source. I can ask it to convert this into table, and yeah. So this is pretty much similar to ChatGPT, right? Now, another important thing, or another few things I would want to showcase is the Copilot chat allows you to create custom agents. If you have used ChatGPT, there is a feature called as Custom GPT, okay, which allows you to create those customized large language models. Same goes for Copilot also. So if I click on Create Agent, it will open a screen for me. Yeah, I can use a template which they have provided. There are built-in templates, or I can start working on it directly. Now there are three options. There is describe, configure, try it. Configure is where you can add all the information manually, which is the name of agents, what does this agent do, how it would work, any specific knowledge base that is connected to, and you can connect your SharePoint lists, Teams, Outlook data, or even other web information, and it can search through the external websites. Capabilities, you can give it capabilities, the coding capability, which would allow it to create PowerPoint, Excel, so Word, or image creation capabilities. And just like how you go to ChatGPT, there are four prompters. This also starts off with starter prompters, so you can provide that. Or there is second way of doing it is through description. So I can just ask it to create a chatbot, and it would fill it all this information. So this is more like just like the term vibe coding. So it is more like that. You just in natural language you can configure this particular agent. So I can actually create a prompt. I can say that I want to create a Copilot agent which would have access to a knowledge source as well as when the information is not available, can scan through the external websites. So I gave this a prompt, and then what you would see that um, through language processing or through talking to this GPT in natural language itself, it has completed many of the things. So it gave an instruction uh, based on our summary detailed natural language. It created the instruction. It has not given the name of it. Neither knowledge has been attached. Knowledge source will have to attach it. It suggested a name, knowledge navigator. Okay, so I can say it okay, and you would see that this would get updated over here, right? Now, is there a better way of doing it? Yes, of course. And the better way is, can we use AI itself to create a very robust prompt? Because that this is pretty much like a gigo, garbage in, garbage out. So the better your prompt, the better your response. So there are few agents actually which Copilot provides, which are created by Microsoft itself and which are really good in prompting. So one of them is Prompt Coach. So I'll go to Prompt Coach. I'll put the same thing as well as information out to external website. This is I'll just mention this is for taxation, UE corporate taxation, and then it would give me a prompt. So it is asking me a few context related questions. So it gave me a prompt. You are an expert, so official reference. Prompt for it is asking me, do you want a full prompt template? I will ask it yes, and we can use the same one. Another very good place of creating this prompt is like I can go to ChatGPT and ask it to create a prompt based on chain of thoughts, and you would see amazing prompt it would create. So so yeah, so I'll just optional prompt step to final. So it has given me before I let me confirm four components: goal, context. This is for compliance, like source, expectations, vision. I'll just say yes. It. I'll just say yes. It matches my vision, and you would see it will create a prompt for us. And the same prompt we would use for creating our corporate tax assistant. So it now what all is included in the prompt? It is explaining what you are, asking the sequence how you should do things, and giving it example prompts. So giving it compliance step. Um, so this is a very good prompt which I can use it to create our agent. So let me just copy this prompt. Here you go. So I copied this prompt, and now I can create my agent all over again. And how do I create agent? I just go to create agents, go to describe, put that prompt, and here we go. And let's see the kind of result it generates. Typically, this is much better result. So now it gave me an option for the name. I would say yes, that is a good name. Now, if I go to configure, see, it has created description, it has created instructions, knowledge we need to add, and it has also created those starter prompts which would appear once we create the agent. So, um, Over here, I'll just choose one option, which is so as you can see, there are multiple links I can choose from, or I can drop the files over here as well. I can add emails, websites, so on and so forth. I just will use the cloud file, and I had put some files for testing. I put content for testing, and let me choose this particular file that I had created using uh, ChatGPT itself. I added the data source. I will enable scanning the external websites as well. If you are creating, let's say, your a chatbot for your organization policy, maybe you can use specified sources. This is the file from the SharePoint that I have uploaded. And yes, our chatbot is ready to go. Now, I'm not covering everything, but it has capabilities of creating workflows as well. And we'll talk about it during our next few sessions. So let me create the agent. Yeah, and your agent is ready. I can make it available to other people in the organization itself, or we can keep it private for now. I want to talk about two more things in Copilot agents. One is the other agents or exploring agents, which is the option which is available over here, all agents, and I'll specifically talk about two of the agents which I find very useful. The second is the notebooks feature. Okay, so let us start off with the first one. So if you go to all agents, you will see there is agent store, and then there are some of the agents that I have created or I use regularly, the ones which are built by Microsoft, as well as some of the featured ones like Canva, Dropbox, so on and so forth. We will talk about two very interesting agents. One is researcher. I will do something together for researcher with you. And the second is analyst. Now, let me show you the researcher agent. If you have used ChatGPT, and within ChatGPT, if you have to use deep research, what does deep research do? It instead of just scanning the headlines, it goes in detail, reads through specific documents, and comes up with its output. Researcher agent is equivalent to deep research of ChatGPT, or for that matter, deep research of Gemini as well. So let us look at this researcher tool. For some reason, it is a little slow. Uh, Somehow researcher was not loading. I wanted to show the same feature in ChatGPT. Like I mentioned, it's very similar to deep research. So this is how deep research works. Okay, you can activate deep research through over here. Let's say we want to learn about Indian equity market where we want to invest. Okay, so like I said, two most important things are the right prompt and then the detailed research. All right. So what I would do is first I would create a prompt, and how I can do that, I'll say something like this. I want to invest in Indian equities over the period of next 6 months. I have a capital of INR 20 lakhs. I want detailed research on where should I invest. Create a chain of thought prompt for this or performing uh, deep research. So what I'm doing right now is I'm asking ChatGPT itself to create a very nice prompt, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate deep research both in ChatGPT and also in Gemini. And I want to show you guys some very exciting features of deep research in Gemini as well, because it's really quite interesting. So as you can see, it is thinking for a better answer. Let me get the prompt, and then we would initiate the deep research. I don't know, there's some network issue today, but fine. It is creating the prompt. Here you go. See, it has created a very detailed prompt which gives understanding profile, then defining the framework, what are the context that needs to be looked at, macroeconomic and market, then sector and theme selections, which instruments would be selected, portfolio construction, risk management, exit strategy. So a very detailed one. And this is, I mean, we couldn't have done or created such a thoughtful prompt. So I'll just copy this prompt. I'll go to new chat and I will click on plus, and this is where I can activate deep research. Now there are limited number of deep research elements that ChatGPT gives, 25 in a month. So let me push this prompt and I'll wait. It will ask me a few more questions to confirm. What is my profile? Let's say I'll say aggressive. Expected return, I'll say 10%. Um, I'll say yes for third one. I'll say NRI and mix for the last one. Okay. So I will now wait for it. See, it's starting research. I'll wait for it and we'll come back once the research is ready. See, our research is ready on ChatGPT. As you can see, it took almost 21 minutes and 126 searches. And if I have to look at it, see on the right hand side, it is showing all the step by step task it did. And this is my result, which is ready to be used. I can I can go through it. It has key profile highlights, investment framework, diversification concentration strategy, very detailed macroeconomic market context, and a very detailed kind of a research with everything that has been mentioned is backed by a research article which you can go through. And then it provides you instrument selection. So a good starting point, I would say, and a good document which you can read and can help you in your decision making. And obviously, you can share it. As you can see, if I click on the share icon, I can copy the link. I don't want to put it anywhere, but I can copy the link and I can obviously download the document as well, like this. If I click on download, it would download as well. So interesting point. See, now I've also got this same results on Gemini. Okay. Now Gemini has one very interesting feature is if you go to top side, you can create the codes of web page as well as infographic, and that's what we'll explore. If I click um, on the infographic element, see, it will create a very nice infographic for this. It will take few minutes, but this would get done. And here you go. Our infographic is fully ready. I can go. It gives me the investment horizon, a very nice looking infographic, and we can keep on exploring this. These are, by the way, very nice infographs. Very good one. Banking and finance, it gives me list down of scenario modeling, base case returns, bear case, bull case return, what can be the potential losses, what is the profit in base case and bull case in 6 months, implementation and risk checklist. So a very good output from Gemini as well. And the last thing I want to talk about over here is the notebooks. Notebook LLMs is very nice. It The moment you give any content, like I have the corporate tax reference guide, if I add it over here, I would be able to create the podcast for it. Like I had already done that. I had added the corporate tax reference guide. I can ask question about this particular reference guide, or I can play it as a podcast. So here you go.
Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving deep into the landscape of corporate tax in the United Arab
So it's a
Emirates.
10 minutes
It's more
podcast.
fascinating than you might expect, actually, because
I'll not play the entire thing, but I just wanted to showcase the idea. So yeah, so this was it on day one of Copilot Learning Week, where we learned about how to use Copilot agents, create agents, use various agents, and to also use it to directly scan your documents from OneDrive. Uh, Please stay in touch, please subscribe, and let's connect tomorrow again, where we would learn how to use Copilot for PowerPoints. Thank you. Till then, bye bye.